Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Radha Kalashanji Radha Kalashanji Sri Radhe Radha Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Radha. Jaya Radha Shamsundar Radha Shamsundar Shri Radhe Radha. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada. Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Shri Radha Kalashanji ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Good morning, dear devotees. We'll end chapter 7 of the 7th canto today. I'm not sure exactly what was the last verse. I'm not remember. I think it was 49 last time we ended on. So is it 50 through 55 or so? Give me 1 second here. I'm sorry. Unprepared this morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. This Srimad Bhagavatam is not anything normal, right? 48 through 55 is nothing normal. It's the cream of all Vedic literatures, right? And the amazing thing about this Srimad Bhagavatam, well, before I say that, there's Krishna is sitting with the cowherd boys and they're eating lunch. And every cowherd boy is thinking, wow, Krishna is only paying attention to me. I feel so bad for the other gopas because Krishna is just giving me all of his attention. And they so desire for the other gopas to get the same feeling that they are getting. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. This class, not even the class, but you know what I mean, the reading that we are going to read today, the verses that we read today are especially for you. Krishna has arranged your life in a way that these verses are personally for you. And you might think, wow, Krishna is speaking just to me, and I wish he would speak to everybody else just like this, right? And if we have that mood when we come to Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna really enjoys it. He really, really appreciates it, and he reciprocates in such a way that things happen in our life that all of a sudden we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we're like, man, that happened to me yesterday. This is Krishna's, doing, helping us. He wants us to see what we're learning in action. Okay, 48 through 55. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If we could pronounce our invocation verses together, both Sanskrit and English, please. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devyam sarasvatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer the respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, and to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Nashta prayasha abrishu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttam sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome in the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental songs is established as a fact. Om Gyan Timarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, And my spiritual master so kindly opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Crystal, will you go back to one slide? It says, all there's troubles in the heart is almost completely destroyed just by coming to this class, right? So this is kind of what I was speaking about. We come, and then the other part is we're praying, Krishna, you just please, I'm under your shelter. You arrange things so that I can understand this. So we are doing our part by being in class, and we need to also take shelter of Krishna to take care of what he so kindly promises us he'll do, is that he'll help us to come back to him, right? Okay. 48. Thank you, Drista. We'll sing all class today. Okay. Please, anybody got a mic? Yes.
Four principles of advancement in spiritual life, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, all depend on the disposition of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, my dear friends, follow in the footsteps of devotees. Without desire, fully depend upon the disposition of the Supreme Lord, worshipping Him, the Super Soul, in devotional service.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is the soul and the super soul of all living entities. Every living entity is a manifestation of his energy in terms of the living soul and the material body. Therefore, the Lord is the most dear and he is the supreme controller.
Text 50. If a demigod, demon, human being, yaksha, Gandharva or anyone within this universe renders service to the lotus feet of Mukunda, one who delivers liberation, he is actually situated in the most auspicious condition of life, exactly like us, the Mahajans headed by Prahlad Maharaj.
My dear friends, O sons of the demons, you cannot please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by becoming perfect Brahmanas, demigods, or great saints, or becoming perfectly good in etiquette or vast learning. None of these qualifications can awaken the pleasure of the Lord, nor by charity, austerity, sacrifice, cleanliness, or vows can one satisfy the Lord. The Lord is pleased only if one has unflinching, unalloyed devotion to Him. Without sincere devotional service, everything is simply a show.
My dear friends, O sons of the demons, in the same favorable way that one sees himself and takes care of himself, take to devotional service to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present everywhere as the super soul of all living entities.
O my friends, O sons of demons, everyone, including you, the yakshas and rakshasas, the unintelligent women, shudras and cowherd men, the birds, the lower animals, and the sinful living entities, can revive his original eternal spiritual life and exist forever simply by accepting the principles of bhakti yoga.
In this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures.
55, please, Drista. Thank you so much. Itavaneva lokesmin. Hetevaneva lokesmin. Pumsa sarvata param smritaha. Pumsa svarataha parasmritya. Ekantya Bhaktir Govinde. Ekante Bhaktir Govinde. Yat Sarvatra Tariksanam. Yat Sarvatra Tariksanam. Hitavaneva Lokesmin. Pumsa Sarvata Parasmita. Ekantya Bhaktir Govinde. Yat Sarvatra Tariksanam. Solo, please. Etavan leva lokesmin. Etavan leva lokesmin. Pumsa sarvata param smita. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Yat sarvatra tariksanam. Etavan eva lokesmin. Pumsa svartaha param smita. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Yat sabhatra tarikshanam. Etavan eva lokesmin. Pumsa svarta param smita. Kanta bhaktir govinde. Yat sarvatra tariksanam. Word for word together, please. Etavan, this much. Eva, certainly. Loke asmin, in this material world. Pumsaha, of the living entity. Sva artaha, the real self-interest. Paraha, transcendental. Smritya, regarded. Ekanta bhaktihi, unalloyed devotional service. Govinde, to Govinda. Yat, which. Sarvatra, everywhere. Tatikshana, seeing the relationship with Govinda, Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see Him everywhere is the only goal in life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures. Purport. In this verse, the words Sarvatra Tad Ikshanam describe the highest perfection of devotional service, in which one sees everything with reference to Govinda's activities. The highly elevated devotee never sees anything unrelated to Govinda. Sarvatara Jagnam Deke Na Deke Tara Murti. Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Sprutri. The Mahabhagavat, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 8:274. Even in this material world, a devotee does not see material manifested things. Instead, he sees Govinda in everything. When he sees a tree or a human being, a devotee sees them in relation to Govinda. Govindam Adipujam. Govindam is the original source of everything. Ishvara Param Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Andyandir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an internal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. Brahma Samhita 5:1. The test of the perfect devotee is that he sees Govinda everywhere in the universe, even in every atomic particle. Andyantara sta paramamanu chaitantara staham. This is the perfect vision of the devotee. He is therefore said Narayanam mayam dirha pasyanti paramatiniha jagadhyana mayam vabhya kamuka kamani mayam. A devotee sees everyone and everything in relationship with Narayan. Narayan mayam. Everything is an expansion of Narayan's energy. Just as those who are greedy see everything in the source of money-making, and those who are lusty see everything as being conducive to sex, the most perfect devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, saw Narayan even within the stone column. This does not mean, however, that we must accept the words of Daridira Narayana, which have been manufactured by some unscrupulous persons. One who actually envisions Narayan everywhere makes no distinction between the poor and rich. To sing out the Daridira Narayana, the poor Narayan, and reject the Dani Narayan, or rich Narayan, is not the vision of the devotee. Rather, that is the imperfect vision of materialistic persons. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 7th canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled, What Prahlad Learned in the Womb. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, right? Srila Prabhupada. So, we're in a conditioned state, right? We don't see Krishna everywhere. We make mistakes in the sense not just of because we're in a material body and mistakes will happen, but because we have a tendency to fall, you know? We have a tendency as a marginal energy of the Lord. We have a tendency to either be in the spiritual energy or the material energy. But we're trying. We've decided, by some mercy of the Lord's devotees, that we should take up to the spiritual life, that we should take up to the process of bhakti yoga. And so kindly, they have convinced us in some minute way or big way, depending on your strata, your faith, that this is right, right? At least we have a little faith that we come to the temple, right? Some of us, we have more faith, where we take up to the chanting of Hare Krishna. We come to the temple maybe a little bit more often. We make an altar at home, and we make our activities more and more about Krishna, right? So Srila Prabhupada has given us this process, and it's guaranteed that taking up to this process, we will get to this level. It's not by our doing. Sometimes we get a little embarrassed that, like, oh, I can be a pure devotee. It's not by yours. It's not by your practice. It's not by your mercy. It's by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Srila Prabhupada has given us a process. How we become pure devotees is by two ways. We follow the pure devotee, or we follow somebody who is perfectly following the pure devotee. Either one of those. We just follow that person. We take shelter of them. We ask them, inquire them from them submissively, and ask, how? How do we get to the platform of pure devotional service? Prahlad Maharaj, he jumps up the bar in this verse, right? He's explained so many things before. We have like we talked about yesterday, that we have an instrument, right? He said he's chastising family life, right? Only chastising it in the sense of material desires, as he has in these last 5 verses, right? Or in the 5 verses before that we were reading. So, as devotees, we follow the pure devotee, or that person which is following the pure devotee perfectly, and we are guaranteed this boon of pure devotional service. But we need to be patient, right? You've heard me tell this story before, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a judge. He was a magistrate, and he would see court cases, right? And within the first few minutes, he would write something down and put it off to the side. And his bailiff would ask after a while, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhu, why are you writing down, and what are you writing? He said, oh, I'm writing the judgment. But if you know the judgment in first few minutes of this trial, then why do we spend so much time going through the trial? He says, because they need the process. They need to go through it, right? If I was just to make the judgment, they wouldn't believe me when so similarly, we're being given the perfect, it's already there. It's already been described to us. If we're in this temple right now, and all of those online, I'm pretty sure we've heard from Srila Prabhupada that Krishna consciousness is the only way, right? We've already heard it. But unfortunately, we have to be convinced completely. We have some anartas, right? So, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur lets them go through the process, Krishna is letting us go through the process. And we stumble, and we fall, and we get back up, and then we stub our toe, and then, we're stumbling around like little 3-year-olds trying to ride a bike, right? But like a 3-year-old or a baby who's trying to walk, when the mother sees the baby fall, do they get upset at the baby? Oh, the mother loves the baby so much that they don't see the mistakes of the child, right? They pick them back up. Let's try again. It's actually unreal, the love the mother has for the child. In this material world, it's the closest thing we can get to understanding or seeing by any degree the love that Krishna has for us. The mother goes through 9 months with a baby in her tummy. And by the 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th month, you guys know more, the moms here that have kids, you know more than me, so if I make a mistake, I apologize. I'm just trying to, but by the 7th, 8th month, you're holding your back and they're walking. There's this heaviness that is you have to take on, right? And then they go through this process of birth, which no man could ever endure. I saw my wife give birth to our 2 children, and wow, she was holding my hand very tightly. That was almost too much for me, right? And then, after giving this birth, I'm so tired, the first thing that they do is they grab the baby and put them up to their chest, right? And all that pain, all that sacrifice is completely gone when mom gets to hold the baby to their chest. And then they get out of the hospital, and then changing diapers. The baby is completely dependent on the mother. So why? This doesn't make sense in the sense of material reason. This doesn't make sense. This is so much endeavor for another without any reciprocation, apparently, because of love. The mother does not see any burden, any yajna, any sacrifice, any tapasya. They don't see it like that. They see it as love for the child. So similarly, Krishna is also here to look after us, pick us up while we're falling, give us the encouragement, to give Srimad Bhagavatam verses that are specifically for your life. He's directing your life in a certain way so that you can make advancement, so you can progress. So why can't we see life like that? Why can't we see life like everything that's happening is because Krishna loves me just as much as my wife, my mom, my kids that have their children, that they love their kids? Well, we're conditioned, right? But that's okay. But let's try to go to that way. Let's try to move to the point of that Lord Govinda is setting up my life in a way, he is so kind that I'm to see him everywhere. And yes, we will fall from that position. We will forget, we will stub our toe, and we will do so many, anyways, we'll become non-Krishna conscious. But because we are following the pure devotee, we are in a great benefit that we get back up. We get back up, we get back up, we get back up. And you know what happens when you get back up? It's a benefit. You gain from it. You learn a little bit. Gokula Nanda-braja was talking about yesterday about introspection. We get to think, what can I do next time? Because I love the Lord so much that I can keep myself away from that. And we might make just this little bit of advancement of it. We might just understand it this way. Because I know, I'll tell you what, dang it, I'm not going to watch Netflix. I'm not going to do it. And then a few days later, I do it again. But eventually, because of the purification through the process, we'll get to the point where we will see Govinda everywhere. Where we will have no attraction for those moments where we have... I was saying yesterday to Tulsi Prabhu that, this material world is tough. It is so just darn tough. There's sometimes that we just need to do something where we can breathe and just make sure we keep our sanity, right? So, at least as devotees, we make some boundaries. Say, I'm not going to do these 4 things. Anything outside of it, is completely game. We have an opportunity to use it for Krishna's service. And yes, for you might have to introspect and understand the quality of what you're doing it for Krishna. But even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that one balances. One has a certain amount of time for recreation. Unfortunately, in this material world, our recreation has gotten to a quality that isn't so good. It isn't so nurturing. It isn't that we go out and take a walk together. We don't get into nature. We have the cement city around us. So we have to do the best we can. But we surround ourselves with devotees. We surround ourselves with Srimad Bhagavatam class. We surround ourselves with Bhagavad Gita. We surround with chanting the Maha Mantra. We surround ourselves with prasadam. That one I love. And we get back up, and we get back up, we get back up, and we just let Krishna. This is a process, a culture of making progress. We make little steps, little steps, little steps, little steps, and every once in a while we get a big step. You feel it. Every once in a while you're just like, dang, wow. Is it the mind playing? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares if it's a... The point is that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who is following, making progress in this path is no longer afraid of the greatest fear. So, we want to see everything as Krishna's arrangement, and then, we want to see Krishna in everything, and that he is so kind to help me in it, and therefore, I can progress. If we just look at it, I'm the doer, I'm the one who fell down, I'm the one who's an idiot, all the negative talk that we do to ourselves, who's in it? Who's the center of attention? Yes. Let's get away from us. Let's go to Krishna. Krishna, you know what? I don't understand it. There's some things that happen where I don't understand because I do want to take responsibility of my half, and because we have a good character, we do take the responsibility of. But I know that not a blade of grass move without your sanctioning it. Not a blade of grass moves without the sanction of Krishna. So therefore you've allowed this. And therefore if you've allowed this, I know that you would not do anything to hurt me. You would only do everything to help me. Therefore we can get out of this mindset of good and bad. Enemy, friend. The duality. Because then we get out of a mindset of material consciousness. Me, I, mine. We get out of the consciousness and go into Krishna consciousness, it's called. Krishna, okay, I am taking my responsibility. I had something to do with this. But instead, we're looking at I in relationship to Krishna. Not I and why did you do that, Krishna? There's a flip there, and there's a major flip there in that perspective. It is everything. That flip is everything. If the flip goes Krishna first, us trying to understand or trying to progress towards Krishna, Krishna consciousness. Us questioning Krishna in a way of I, me, and mine, we've got it backwards. So please, let's flip this and say, by the way, you've heard me speak before, and I speak in this way, but what I know is Krishna is so personal, he has a way for you also to see things at his arrangement. However your perspective is, Krishna has you as an individual. So I'm not sitting here and saying, I just want to double check on this or just check in with this. I'm not trying to say, everybody, please look at it the way that Nanda-braja does, and this way. What I'm trying is try to understand the principle that Krishna is not doing anything except to try to benefit you. However you have to do it. Do it. Get there for, by hook or crook? By cheating, faking it, whatever you have to do, get there. Get there to see that Krishna is your friend. And he is not doing anything to hurt you. Thank you, Prabhu. Lord Chaitanya says, whether you kick me, Krishna, or you hug me, it is the same. We don't like the kicks usually. And sometimes we're afraid of the hugs. Something starts going right in our life. Oh no. It's Maya, right? No. Krishna is so kind that he's doing things to give us some happiness and distress is there. But the devotee doesn't look at it as a karmic thing. Oh, my karma. Okay, I'll be a little bit careful there because there are the ways that the acharyas speak that when something bad happens, we look at it as our karma. I don't want to not say that, have that perspective and stuff. The thing is that they quite often are saying this for our perspective to understand that like you are conditioned, right? But we're trying to come out of the condition. We're trying to get out of there, So we do need the reality checks to say that we are conditioned, that we are foolish, that we are lowest of the lowest, but we're not meant to stay there and think of I. Our acharyas are so kind that they give us the perspective to understand that we're being foolish and thinking that we are the center of life, and then we're meant to get out of there. We're meant to turn to Krishna consciousness and say, okay, if you look at the songs and that speak like this, that sing like this, it is, yes, I'm lowest. And they say, but Krishna, you've accepted me. Krishna, you are my Lord. So it's not, they don't stay there. However, we get attracted to the one part, but we can't leave out the other. Okay, it is 8:17. Thank you so much for staying with me, staying with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Any questions, comments, corrections, thoughts, dear devotees? Please.
I just wanted to start by thanking Nanda-braja Prabhu for giving an impromptu class. He wasn't scheduled today. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hari Hari Bol. Not easy to just sit down and give a class, but very wonderful class. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Prabhuji, very much.
I was appreciating the point you're making about, in connection with Krishna, or, with Krishna being the goal of what we're trying to do, or the focus. And it was reminding me of this lecture by Srila Prabhupada. It's on the Bhagavad Gita 1:4 through 5. And Srila Prabhupada says the question may be raised that, why are we saying the names of all of the warriors that are on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? We're meant for chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. What is the benefit of that? And Prabhupada says, but the thing is that nirbandha Krishna sambandhe, whenever there is connection with Krishna, that also becomes Krishna. So it reminded me of that, the point you were making of how our perception of what we're doing and what we're going through in life, and like Prabhupada said so many times, wherever you're at in life, just add Krishna. So make Krishna the center of what we're doing, and it can completely change the activities we're doing. So thank you very much for a wonderful class.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful point too, because the names of those people of the devotees and the people of Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, they're not just on Arjun's side. He's mentioning the names on the other side. Even the people on the other side are connected to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I really like the way you described some of the things. The focus was here for today is trying to see Krishna everywhere and the only goal of life. And sometimes that is very difficult, like you explained. Material world really forces you to go in a different direction and then sometimes even become resentful. But trying to look at that as the mercy of the Lord is really a nice vision to cultivate and develop. And that's very important. So thank you for reiterating that.
Thank you, Babaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you again for your class, Nanda-braja Prabhu, and for always stepping in. That's real leadership, is always finding ways to serve. And so you do that so nicely, so thank you.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
I was remembering as you were speaking about, kind of talking about the reactions, of things that happen to us that we did not choose for ourselves. And that's an opportunity to accept His Krishna's mercy. And then I was remembering, I'm pretty sure I had read it in Lilamrita, where Prabhupada was explaining that karmic reactions happen to non-devotees, but for devotees it's Krishna's mercy. And I was trying to find that quote. I didn't find it in Lilamrita, but I did find it in a letter to Sat Swarup. If I wondered if I could read it a little bit.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure. This is from August 1971. Prabhupada writes, "So far your question is concerned, you should understand that a devotee is never under any karmic reaction. Whatever is happening is the mercy of Krishna. That should be the viewpoint of the devotee. Once surrendered to Krishna, karmic reaction is immediately gone. But if he acts again independently, then he is again in the clutches of Maya. That marginal state is always there, but for a pure devotee who has actually surrendered to Krishna, he has no karmic reaction. The same example of the fan switched off. It is still running some rounds, but that will be stopped very soon. That is his position. Therefore, a pure devotee who is having some adverse reaction, he doesn't take ill of it. He knows that the karmic reaction is already stopped, but what is happening is the residual turning off of the fan, even after the switch is off." And it goes on, but I think I'll stop there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
And I actually would like to echo Manjari Gopika's point. I know how difficult it is to prepare for a class. So, so to give back-to-back classes, it really shows a lot of surrender and appreciation for the texts.
Thank you. Hey, I'm puffed up, so here we go. I really appreciate all of you for giving me this opportunity. And, as devotees, sometimes we can have a hard time taking compliments. It's not, the devotee this is one of our things, right? But this is a gift that you guys have given me by appreciation, by sincere appreciation. And so I also want to say that I accept that gift. I appreciate it. I do not deserve it. It is my gurus that have given me some opportunity to speak and speak some words and stuff like that. And again, just like the class. And I know I make mistakes, you know. However, it's by the mercies of the devotees that we get put into an opportunity where we get to speak or do whatever kind of service, and then, bam, something happens where we get to learn a little bit more and we move forward. So I thank you guys for your gift of appreciation. It is very kind. And I'd like to encourage each devotee that when they get compliments or a gift from another devotee, the other part of a loving exchange of devotees is accepting that gift too. So we need to have an attitude of how to accept a gift. Yes, we should understand it from the right perspective, right? For instance, this verse. The gift that we're being given is from Krishna. And this devotee is so kind that they've been used as a tool by Krishna. What more can we want in life than be a tool for Krishna, right? So we should thank them, I thank you very much for your compliments, and I appreciate it. Thank you. You're very kind. And I'm puffed up. so go ahead, just.
Hare Krishna. I don't really have a question, but I appreciated your point on how the acharyas, they give us a perspective as a reality check. You know, okay, we're fallen, we're conditioned, we're low. And then I like how you said we have to include the second part too, but Krishna is so kind. I remember I heard a class by Mother Urmila, and she was saying, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, oh, I'm so fallen, I'm a worm in stool, lower than a worm in stool. But, Lord Nityananda came to me in my dream. How fortunate am I? So it's a nice combo to see. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so true, right? I mean, we're so fortunate. We are literally seeing and hearing from and hearing about the people in this creation, spiritual and material, that are the best. That's pretty freaking amazing. We are hearing about the people who are the best. And when you see the best, yes, naturally there's going to be some, wow, I got a long ways to go, But we're meant to follow in the footsteps of the acharyas, right? So we have to, yes, be humble, be tolerant, and move towards the suggestions that they're giving us to see things in the right perspective. Thank you, Dristaduna Prabhu. Very nice.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Nanda, for a very nice class. Thank you for stepping in.
Thank you, Mom.
When you were talking about, you make me very proud.
That's funny. That compliment I took very easily. Yeah, Mom, I am.
When you were talking about when we fall, like little kids and we get back up, one of the things that always encourages me in Krishna consciousness is Krishna, and I can't find the verse, but Krishna saying that if I fall, there's no loss of progress, that there's no chastisement, there's no, I just, when I get back up, I start from the same place I left off, and we move forward. Krishna is so merciful, but that's always so encouraging to me.
I've noticed that mentality that, we fall, but there's different levels of falling, right? When we just become not Krishna conscious, we're falling. But we often have a thought of starting over. Oh, I got to start over. Like, okay, let me get back to my roots. Let me just chant my Hare Krishna nicely. Maybe I've gotten, so maybe, anyways, this is a perspective, and I've heard it from quite a few people, is this, I feel like I'm always starting over. I heard from Premamrita Prabhu once. She gave a great example. She said, however, it's like the keys on a keyboard. They're the same key, but they're the higher, octave. So they might look the same. There's the same C, but it's higher, right? So each time we're starting over as devotees, it's not from the beginning. Yes, in our heart we're like, oh, let's go again. Let's start it back up, But we should understand that Krishna has not taken anything away from us. He preserves what we lack, and gives us, he gives us what we lack and preserves what we have. And as you said, Mom, that anybody on this path who it doesn't perfect the path, Krishna says to Arjuna, they are always, it's never lost. There we go, it's never lost. Hari Prabhu, Hari Krishna.
I was listening to a class this morning by Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was talking that we conditioned souls, we actually don't have any independence or freedom. And Prabhupada was giving the example that even if you have to blink your eyes, there is a demigod who is in charge of that. And you don't have any ability to do anything without the sanction of the Lord. That is how conditioned you are. And the fact that, you know, you get a chance to worship the Lord is, don't take it as something ordinary. So
what an amazing point. We have no dependence. We are literally dependent. What dependence are we going to take, though? What shelter are we going to take? Are we going to take the shelter of material nature, who's driving us, using us as a puppet? We have the beautiful picture in Bhagavad Gita, right, of the three modes of material natures, and they're pulling our strings, right? Are they pulling on our strings, or Krishna pulling on our strings? There's only two things, right? Wow. My dear Radha Kalashanji, may you be the puller of our strings. Each and every one of the devotees, you please pull our strings. Please let us take complete shelter of you. Hare Krishna. Mr. Jumna Prabhu and Ephraim. Hey, Ephraim, go before you, would you mind? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Ephraim.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I just wanted to say that I haven't been here for like over a month, and it's because I had just gone through some things. You know, some of you I know my grandmother passed away, and then right after that, my best friend passed away, and I just kind of just fell into like a not really. It didn't get that far as depression, but I just got real sad about it. But then I'm driving. I don't gotta be to work till later, but I'm driving. I just didn't feel like coming because I just was so sad about stuff. And then I'm listening to you on Facebook because it connected to my Bluetooth. And like you said, it says no matter where you've left off, like Krishna's always there to start where you were. You know, you've never started over. And I kind of felt like, man, I've been coming for every day. Like I come all the time. And then this happened with my family and my friend. And then I feel like that whole month made me start over. And I then was like, ugh, like I gotta start over again, you know, because I've been coming constantly, and I feel like, man, I gotta start over. And then when you told me that, like, I just came over here. Like, and it's like, and it's because I just like a lot of y'all are where y'all are like my family, because I see y'all every day. I see y'all more than my family, and when I walked in, it's just like all that sadness just went away. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I definitely can't help but smile when I see you walk through the door, Ephraim. I really appreciate it. Mr. Dumna, you want to finish with the last comment? Would you mind? Or is there? Okay.
I was thinking about this before you spoke, Prabhu, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And we're so happy that you're here. Radha Kalachandji clearly really wanted you here. But I was just thinking yesterday about how, actually about devotional service and progressing and like stepping back, and how some people have an all or nothing mentality, that if I've messed up, then it's over for me. But Krishna is a person, and he's the supreme person. And so he knows what our intentions are in our heart. And he doesn't resent us for messing up and wanting to improve. And I don't know, that was just really comforting to me, that Krishna is a person, and the best person that you know cares about you and wants you to come to them when you're having problems and you're messing up. And he doesn't reject you. He wants you to come closer.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, just a small thought I had. You said that we're hearing about the best people. And I was thinking there's like these college classes, these college courses, and it's like you're reading about the best physician, and he writes all his realizations, and you have to pay so much money for the course. But here every day, we get these people with, 30 years, 40 years, of experience in this field, giving these seminars, these lectures on the book that has the best people. It's like, how much money would we have to pay for a Bhagavatam class if this was like, a college or something?
Unlimited mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna devotees, may your day be of Krishna being the center of your life. May He direct you, may He give you shelter, may He inspire you so that we can make that progress. May His mercy of Srila Prabhupada keep us on this path always, and you all have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Radha Kalashanji ki jai, Vanchako Patrubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patita Nam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah, Antikoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.